There's no question in my mind. The first time I thought about this question, I had the same answer as I have now. Number one priority always for the legal profession, I think, has to be diversity and inclusion. Until, I hope, there comes a day when we don't have to have it as a priority at all. So I've spent a lot of my career working on those issues. It's always been one of the most important issues in my life. I spent 8 years as the chair and co-chair of Wiley Ryan's Diversity Committee, working with the great voluntary bars in the community on diversity and inclusion initiatives. And I fear that people are starting to get to be complacent about diversity in the profession. They think the mission accomplished. Well, mission isn't accomplished yet. The mission won't be accomplished until the partnerships at the law firms and the management and corporations and so forth look a lot more like society than they do today. In one area that particular interest to me, I worked on a panel on this several years ago with Judge Wilkins, before he was Judge Wilkins, on pipeline initiatives, because by the time you get to law firms, it's too late to try to increase the numbers of people who are represented in the legal profession. You have to do that early. And so I think there are some best practices out there for pipeline initiatives, and I want to take a systematic approach to finding out those best practices and work with the voluntary bars to try to come up with something that'll really accomplish something that's never been done before. Second is legal services to people of limited means, and that means working with the legal services providers in the community, finding out what they need, and doing the best I can to get it for them. And also working with organizations that are trying to meet the needs of people who can't afford lawyers, but who can't quite qualify for legal aid. There's some great organizations like the DC Affordable Law Firm that are trying to do that now, working with Georgetown University, Mark Fleischaker from Aaron Fox. I've talked to some of those folks. I'm impressed with them. They face a lot of hurdles, but I want to see what I can do to help them clear those hurdles. The third thing is working with solo practitioners and small firms. What I really like to do as a lawyer is I like to do legal ethics things, and I represent solo practitioners and small firms who have legal ethics issues. And I've been impressed by the things that the bar has available to them. But I sometimes fear that they don't know. I had a client recently who had a problem that could have been solved using bar resources, and she didn't know about them, and I want to know why. And I don't think it's anybody's fault, but I want to make sure that people know what's available, and I want to make sure that we at the bar know if what's available isn't what needs to be available. Is there something we should add? I know the bar wants to do that. I know the practice management people at the bar want to do that, and I want to help make that happen. Those are my top 3 areas, and I don't see that changing.